Hello everybody and welcome to this video of just me talking about my issues with what Bungie did the other day with Encore. I don't believe they should have reacted in the way that they did. Like, I know this whole expansion, the portal, as you can see on screen, that whole thing is supposed to be like no limits farming, I guess. But clearly that's not how they intended it to be, because clearly if it was, then they wouldn't have reacted this way. At least not to what I would think, because as I have up on my second monitor right now, it's a tweet from the Destiny team that was about 17. It was the tweet was made yesterday. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know specifics, but the tweet says, and I quote, "We have identified an issue where the Encore mission is substantially easier to complete and dropping higher quantities of rewards than intended within Pinnacle Ops. As such, we have disabled the Encore mission within Pinnacle Ops and the Grappler modifier within the portal. These will be re-enabled at a future date. We will provide additional details when available." As per usual, Bungie, as per usual, this thread that I'm actually in is like slandered with like a ton of comments and replies saying like obviously not liking it. But I do agree with some of them in terms of like obviously like yeah. But it's just like in terms of like everything, I do agree with some of them, because it's just like some of them are like saying like why now out of like all the times, like if you should this should have been something that was changed on day one, like instead of letting day one raiders and the 1% of people farm to like 350 400 power, or 700, or sorry, 375 power. Like it seems like an oversight, because it's just like, why would you not like mm, it infuriates me a little bit, because it's just like they just want it. From what it seems and what I'm gathering from my very limited experience, granted this could obviously be fully wrong, I'm not claiming that this is completely the right and objectively you should listen to me, like obviously, because I know what I'm talking about, which I don't. But it feels like Bungie doesn't want us farming to like this ridiculous power. Granted, yes, it's day 2 of the season or expansion, but it's just like at that same time, it's just my personal opinion is just like, let people farm. Like if they want to go to 350 400 power, let them. Like why are we gatekeeping loot? Like in general, because it's the same thing with the Grandmaster thing that was last season. How the node worked, you could farm any GM whenever you wanted, as long as you didn't claim the seal. And I loved that. That was amazing. Sadly, rest in peace GMs. They're gone now, essentially. But it's just like, why are we like stopping people from getting loot? Like, if people want to farm, let them. Like, and then they can't complain about like, oh, there's no content, when they literally brush through it in like 2 days or like a week. I don't know. It just feels bad. Cause like some people obviously don't have the free time. Obviously, people have work. Obviously, school, and there's so many other things. And it's just like a lot of those people didn't get to and won't get to farm up to this 300 and 450, because it's just like, yeah, it sucks. And the other day I was watching Sweatsicle's stream, obviously for obvious reasons because I was bored, and he said like, obviously this is probably an exaggeration and I'm probably not remembering correctly, but he said like they spent like 30 or something hours grinding on, well, farming fucking Encore, and it's just like they were only like he Sweat was only like what, nearly 300. I and I've seen, and allegedly I've seen someone at 400. I've seen a lot of people at 350. Like hell, I even went to the tower earlier today and saw someone at 212. I don't know. I really don't know what the solution to that is. Like I'm just scrolling through I'm just scrolling through this thread and just looking. Like just leave it alone. Anyone with sort of job didn't have time to know life, and just like other stuff like this. Like I don't know. I really don't know. Cause it's just like the portal. You only have a couple exotic missions that are all very old, either very old or they're actually old right now in the game, and it's just like, I guess yeah. I guess yeah. Disabling the farm would have been better. Well, sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I don't know. It's just weird. What? What? Like my general question is why now? Why disable it after people have figured it out? Like, do you want people to stop farming, or like, I just can't imagine what the issue would be. At least, at least not from a at least not from a game perspective, because it's just like they want 90 hours. The only thing I could think of, oh, here comes the exotic. Yep, there it is. I love, By the way, a little timeout thing. I love the hand cannon, the graviton spike. I love it. It is a really cool hand cannon. I'll be working later today to get the catalyst stuff for it, but you'll see this video actually the same day I'm recording this. But regardless, back on topic. I just can't think of any like gameplay reason why that would be disabled outside of just Bungie needing playtime. That's I'm sorry. That's the only reason I can really think of right now that they would disable it for. Cuz it's just like why else? Like if you knew it was an issue, that shit would have been disabled day 1. That should have been in fact that should have been a tracked issue with day 1. And I obviously I didn't look at the patch notes because clearly, but it's just like that should have been something that was tracked from day 1 if you actually play tested. I don't know if they do, I don't know if they don't, but clearly there's something wrong with Encore. Granted, I didn't get to play it nearly as much. I played it a few times, yeah, and I saw the like 4 rewards, which was honestly really good. But it's just like I just thought it was double loot, but just like it was just something else. But it's the wording of the tweet that worries me because it's just like specifically the part where specifically the part where it's Encore mission is substantially easier to complete and dropping higher quantities of rewards than intended within Pinnacle ops. Like, so what are we saying with that? That's just my thing. Are we saying we don't want 4 rewards? Or are we saying we want to save that 4 rewards thing for like some sort of extra modifier? Like extra loot modifier or whatever. I don't know. Bungie just seems to be allergic to giving players loot. Like anything, because we've seen it before with the whole duality situation, where you could push the boss off the map and get free, basically basically free artifice armor. And then we've seen it other times in the past where Bungie just seems to be completely allergic to letting people farm what they want to. I don't know. I really don't know. I will say this season or expansion in general, like I will give them props where props are due in saying that this isn't all bad. They at least took off the weekly cap of like master raids and dungeons so you could go do them whenever you want, which is a good thing. But again, that's a kind of late change because it's just like why? Why were we even doing that in the first place? First off, which is like you had to give them props when they do something right, but obviously still you can still criticize them for not having that unenabled earlier because it's just like why are we allergic to letting people farm? That's my general question with Bungie. Why they seem just genuinely allergic to letting people farm what they want to. If there's something easy in the game like Encore, this is a prime example. Encore apparently was being done faster and easier than ever, and dropping way too much loot for the amount of quote unquote difficulty. And it's just like that got disabled immediately. But like Kel's Fall, stuff like Kel's Fall and other exotic missions that could be possibly done even faster are still in the game but give less loot. So my general thing is just like they just seem genuinely allergic to like giving players easy loot. Like yeah, I get it. You want game to be challenging, and you want playtime and obviously, but it's just like that doesn't help you in the end. It just makes people pissed off at your company. I don't I don't have all the answers obviously, but I'm just here to talk my stuff and how I feel on the change. I feel like this change is completely unwarranted and bad. It's just gonna make more people mad, and it has. And especially the people that didn't get the chance to farm this. Like, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for myself. Shit. Because it's just like, I didn't get a chance to farm that. Like, I literally just tuned into Sweat stream around the time they had disabled it. And it's just like, well, I was literally just finding that out like 15 minutes ago, and then it was disabled like 5 minutes later. I had no chance to farm it, no nothing. As soon as they find out about something, it's disabled. It's just kind of sad. I just don't know. You got you gotta get some of the players' goodwill back, because a lot of people are not particularly happy with this update and expansion. Clearly, as we hit, I believe the game hit an all-time new low of record players on for day one. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember. But I believe it was like something around 99,000. Like if that's the truth, it didn't even break 100,000 on day one, which is kind of scary. Regardless, that's just my whole thing on the deal. Anyways, I'm just gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching and listening. This is the first type of video I've actually done like this. This is actually kind of exciting. I'll probably do more voiceover videos in the future because now I know how it works. But yeah. Oh, here I go checking out Graviton Spike. I see. Again, I seriously love that hand cannon. It's one of the best ones that they've added, and it's craftable too. So, it's really good. I really like it. But yeah, regardless, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Remember to always stay awesome, stay frosty, and stay safe out there. It's been really hot recently. I'll see you guys next time. Later.